Hey guys, welcome back to channel Pause Window Cleaning, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I was wrong about door knocking. Now, what do I mean by I was wrong about door knocking? Well, let's kind of take a few steps back and explain what I mean by that. So when I first started, and even in recent videos, I've been always saying, you know, do door knocking and, you know, post content online and like, you know, your business and all that on your Google, Yelp and all that stuff, so that you can get more work that way, and you can kind of do like a double dip on both ends. And, you know, recently I've been noticing, like, especially on other people's YouTube channels and just in general, people have been saying door knocking doesn't work. And, you know, I was like remembering when I first started, I was like, man, you know, I remember one block, I got like 2 jobs like right away, and you know, that kind of helped me get content and try to, you know, essentially try to, you know, get more work and try to have things to post, right? Well, yeah, I kind of thought with my wife and I, like, let's kind of do like that in person. Like, let's try to actually do it ourselves and see if it actually works, going door to door, knocking and all that other stuff, and kind of just, you know, seeing how, you know, if it works or not, right? Pretty much. So, but yeah, so I mean, let's kind of get straight into it. Yeah, I kind of went in a certain neighborhood, and we were going door knocking, just going door to door, and essentially like everything was like how do I say it? It didn't go as we thought it would be. You know, I know that we wouldn't get every single job in the block, maybe one job, you know, one every other block, but every single door that we went to, either the person wasn't home, they were not interested, they essentially, like, no one, I felt like there was no way that I was gonna get work going door to door. Now, you know, we did have some individuals that, you know, we kind of were like, hey, you know, like, let's kind of just, you know, go and give you a free bid, and they were just kind of like, no, I'm not interested. And, you know, other individuals have mentioned this, like I think Jersey said it, if not Steve-O, like, essentially, like, when people have something in their mind, they want it done right away. And if you kind of go to the door, even though you're like offering a service, you know, most people don't like it, and they don't even want to answer their door because, you know, they don't know who's coming to the door and all that other stuff. So, and that's kind of the vibe that I got. Like, right when I got to the door, they already were defensive, and they were kind of like, who are you, you know, type of thing. Even though, like, I have the truck in front, I have my shirt, my wife had her shirt too, looks super professional. You know, we talked about, we've done their neighbors and all this other stuff, and it just seemed like no matter what I said, in a good way, I'm not gonna force anything. And that's another thing too, I didn't want to like record us going to the door, because that would kind of be like, you know, privacy reasons too. But I don't want to, you know, go to a door like kind of with like my camera hidden or something like that and show the experience. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just saying that we did that, and we kind of went to these doors, and like everyone was already saying no. And, you know, we actually ended up getting one individual. We left them a card, and I think like a week later they called us, and they were like, hey, you know, we want to have our windows cleaned, we want like to have that estimate. We showed up. I don't even remember how much I charged them. I think I charged them like $300 for inside and out, and it was kind of like not in like it was in a cliff, but like the house went out, and then like you can take the stairs, and like here's kind of like a little patio. I don't know, like, you know, it's kind of like it was open, and the top, the house just kind of went over. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. So these windows here, you know, like you can't just like walk to it, you have to like use pole work, you know, traditional or water fed or whatever. So it was not an easy job, and I was like, you know, it's $300 inside and out. And the lady was like, oh yeah, no, like our previous window cleaner, he charged us like $150. Like, I think she said that it was like half the price, and I was just like, really, like $150? I was like, oh, okay, yeah, unfortunately we can't go that low, you know, with all our equipment and everything. We can't do $150 for this project for inside and out. We can't do that, you know. And then she was just like, oh, okay, well then I'm not interested then. And like that, just like very blunt and very straightforward. So that was very interesting in that experience. But and then also too, like, I'm also thinking while I'm talking too, but I remember we even got like in another neighborhood, we kind of went to another neighborhood, try to do the same thing, you know, kind of do like multi-test, not just in one neighborhood, because essentially, you know, let's say that neighborhood didn't want any window cleaning done, so I kind of wanted to like kind of do different tests in different areas. So I went to another neighborhood, and like that whole block was just like a lot of people weren't home, and some people were home. We got one individual, was super nice. He was like, I definitely want it. It's already been about, I don't know, a while now, and he still hasn't replied to us. Super nice guy. We got his contact, and like his friends were from Brazil or something like that, or some family member, something like that, but they had like this thing, and he was just like, oh, if you ever need anything, you know, like Brazil community related, you know, I can give you that information. So, but anyways, what I'm trying to get at is that he didn't get back to us, even though we had a great conversation. So all in all, like these different, like, how do I say it? These different examples that I can give, essentially, door knocking does not work. And like I said, I know I was always saying door knocking, just do it. I'm just gonna have to conclude that it doesn't work, and I'm saying this genuinely. If you still want to go door knocking, you know, there's nothing wrong with it, but I felt like, even though you know, you guys kind of see my 100K journey, you see how much jobs we have, and I'm not trying to boast me or my situation by any means, but having all this work, having all that confidence, and going door to door and like door knocking, and people just saying like no, I was like my confidence level was like really low, because like every door would go happy and be like, hey, let's go. No, but when it's the other way around and people call me, like I'm gonna do a couple of bids right now after this video, I will go there and my confidence is at an all-time high, and then from there, like, it's a nice conversation that's mutual. We, you know, they want the window cleaning done, I can provide that service, so it's really nice experience. But when you go door to door, door knocking, and everyone's just saying no, my confidence just keeps going down. And so that's kind of why we stopped doing the door knocking after a couple of blocks. So I guess another food for thought is that if you kind of get a lot of rejections, you know, no one really likes rejections, but when you get a lot of that, your confidence level goes low. And when a genuine person does call you and you show up, you know, it's going to be kind of like your confidence has to go back up again. So anyways, I just want to make a quick video. I was wrong, and I tried to do it myself, and I got 0 clients. And like, I think maybe it was even 3 blocks, I think we did. Yeah, but we did go on 2 different locations and it didn't work. So anyways, but if you made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Helps the video, helps us out a lot in the channel. Also, to leave a comment, does door-to-door work for your area? Because maybe it does work for you, but here in Southern California, Pasadena area, it doesn't work at all. And don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, bye.